Hey guys, it's Laura. Welcome to my story. Today is back to story time, and I'm reading out of Hans Christian Andersen. Again, I'm back to that book. The Greek mythology is going to be the two videos before I do a review on a Percy Jackson. So, I'll figure that schedule out myself. I'm not going to let y'all get confused by that. Ignore my hair. I'm trying the 90s look. I don't know how I feel about it. Um, anyway, see, I got my book here. Today I'm going to be reading The Snail and the Rosebush. And because I'm very weird, I have my little magnetic bookmark, Rose from the Golden Girls, who admittedly is not my favorite. I prefer Dorothy, but it seemed appropriate for this story for me to use her. Um, so, let's get into it. Oh, and if you're wondering what this is right here, this is just my little, I got a few friends of mine to write some comments on Facebook that are affirmations for me. So, I'm not going to read them out, so, and this is a picture of my dad, so. This is going to be the new setup for reading the stories, so. Because I've gone from this to this to this. I've gone all over the damn place with this playing. So, this is going to be the permanent for the reading a story ones. Let's get into it. The Snail and the Rosebush was written by Mr. Andersen in 1861. So, let's get into it. Around the garden ran a hedge of hazelnut bushes, and beyond it lay fields and meadows with cows and sheep. But in the middle of the garden stood a blooming rose bush. Under it sat a snail, who had a lot inside his shell, namely himself. "Wait till my time comes," it said. "I'll do a great deal more than grow roses, more than bear nuts, or give milk, like cows and the sheep." "I expect a great deal from you," said the Rosebush. "May I dare ask when this is going to happen?" "I'll take my time," said the Snail. "You're always in such a hurry. That does not arouse expectations." Next year the Snail lay in almost the same spot, in the sunshine beneath the rose tree, which was budding and bearing roses, as fresh and as new as ever. As the Snail crept halfway out of its shell, and stretched out its horns and drew them back in again, everything looks just as it did last year. No progress at all. The rosebud tree sticks to its roses, and that's as far as it gets. Sorry, I thought it had stopped filming. Where'd it go? The summer passed, the autumn came. The rose tree still bore buds and roses till the snow fell. The weather became raw and wet, and the rose tree bent down towards the ground. The Snail crept into the ground. Then a new year began, and the roses came out again, and the Snail did too. "You're an old rosebush now," said the Snail. "You must hurry and die before you're given the world, because you've given the world all that is in you. Whether it has meant anything is a question that I haven't had time to think about. But this much is clear enough. You've done nothing at all for your inner development, or you would certainly have produced something else. How can you answer that? You'll soon be nothing but a stick. Can you understand what I'm saying?" "You frighten me," said the Rosebush. "I never thought about that at all." "No, you have never taken the trouble to think of anything. Have you ever considered yourself, why you bloomed, and how it happens? Why just in that way and in no other?" Water break. "No," said the Rosebush. "I was just happy to blossom because I couldn't do anything else. The sun was warm and the air so refreshing. I drank the clear dew and the strong rain. I breathed, I lived. A power rose in me from out of the earth, A strength came down from up above. I felt an increasing happiness. Always new, always great. So I had to blossom over and over again. That was my life. I couldn't do anything else. You have led a very easy life, said the snail. Certainly, everything was given to me, said the rosebush. But still more was granted to you. You're one of those with a deep, thoughtful nature, one of those highly gifted minds that will astonish the world. I've no intention of doing anything of the sort, said the snail. The world means The world means nothing to me. What do I have to do with the world? I have enough to do with myself and within myself. But shouldn't all of us on earth give the best we have to others and offer whatever is in our power? Yes, I've only been able to give roses, but you are who. Bleh. You who are so richly gifted, what have you given to the world? What do you intend to give? What have I given? What do I intend to give? I spit at the world. It's no good. It has nothing to do with me. Keep giving your roses, that's all you can do. Let the hazel bush bear nuts. Let the cows and sheep give milk. They each have their public, but I have mine inside of me, inside of myself. I retire within myself, and there I shall stay. The world means nothing to me. And so the snail withdrew into his house and closed up the entrance behind him. That's so sad, said the rose tree. I can't creep into myself, no matter how much I want to. I must go on bearing roses. Their petals fall off and are blown away by the wind. Although once I saw one of the roses laid in a mother's hymn book. One of my own roses was placed on the breast of a lovely young girl, and another was kissed by a child in the first happiness of life. It did me good. It was a true blessing. Those are my recollections, my life. So the rose tree bloomed on in innocence, and the snail loafed in his house. The world meant nothing to him, and the years rolled by. The snail had turned to earth and the earth, and the rose tree had turned to earth and the earth. Even the rose of memory in the hymn book was withered. But in the garden new rose bushes bloomed, and new snails crept into their homes and spat at the world, for it meant nothing to them. Shall we read this story again? This story all over again? It'll never be different. I know Mr. Anderson likes to give lessons in his stories. I don't get this one. If you do, please comment below. But it is a good story. I've actually learned to read ahead. I made the mistake of not reading one of the myths, a myth from a few weeks ago, and I had to completely change up my schedule because of it, because it is not, excuse me, because it wasn't, proper. Would that be the word? It wasn't right for this climate, so I decided to do it. So I'm learning to read ahead of the story. I read the stories ahead of time instead of blind reacting to them, like I actually did with that one. It wasn't until I read it back that it was like, oh, yeah, that's not something I need to put up on my channel. So I'm being careful. But that one I just thought was a cute story. And like it said, like that's a revolving story. Like I could read it over and over again. It would never end. The story would never stop. Because it literally tells about the snail and the rosebush starting over again. I'm yawning. Why am I yawning? Anyway, so yeah. Oh, I do want to do a quick small book haul. I'm excited. I got 3 new books at Barnes & Noble the other day, and I'm really excited to read them. These will be going into my book journal, my personal book journal, so I'm really excited. I got Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. I think that's how you say it. Then I got by Holly Black, who I have read before. She wrote The Coldest Girl in Cold Town. And that's a good... Well, I read a snippet of it. And it's really good. But the one I got is The Darkest Part of the Forest. I got that one. And then, if any of y'all know, I've got them over here on my bookshelf. There are authors doing different... Like, the series is called A Twisted Tale by Disney. This one is Straight Until Morning by Liz Braswell. It's What If Wendy First Traveled to Neverland with Captain Hook. And I'm really excited to read this one. I actually do have another one from this series that I haven't read yet. It is on my to be read. It's the Beauty and the Beast one, As A Tale as Old as Time, written by the same author. It's What If Belle's mother cursed the beast? Like, she was the crone that he didn't help. If y'all want to see, if y'all want me to react to those, let me know. I would be happy to. Like I said, I've had the Beauty and the Beast one for a while. I just haven't read it yet. And also, one question. I have a book that I don't know if many people know about. This is if you know Hocus Pocus, if you don't know the Sanderson sisters, I found this book. I've had it for a few weeks or a few months, and I haven't read it yet. But Hocus Pocus, it's actually got the sequel to it's the first half of it is of reading. What is this? Oh, the first half of it is the original Hocus Pocus. Then the second half is the sequel. If y'all want me to do a Disney book series like Hocus Pocus, I'll probably keep this one for Halloween though. If y'all want me to do a series about Twisted Tale, let me know in the comments, and I will happily do that because I just thought of that idea. Right here, right now, I just thought of that idea. Anyway, yeah. So, next Tuesday will be another fairy tale. It'll be a Grimm's fairy tale next week. And then next Friday, I will be doing a review on my personal favorite of the Harry Potter series, Goblet of Fire. I'm excited. So, like I said, if y'all want a Disney series, leave a comment down below. If y'all want me to do a review on any of these new books, let me know. But these are probably just going to be for my personal collection. And I have an Instagram, Laura Lee Books TV. I have a Facebook page, Laura Lee Books. I also have a TikTok now that I'm promoting this channel on, Laura Lee Books. If y'all want to go follow, like, all that fun stuffs, go for it. And leave a comment, like, share, subscribe. Y'all have a great day. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. I hope y'all are being kind to one another, and I hope your story is unfolding the way you want it to. Bye, guys.